Hello everybody, welcome back. So this was an interesting episode. It's a very interesting episode, I say, because of the fact that it gives much more dialogue. It has some fight scenes, and it did have one fight scene that was okay. It was dynamic, I would say the fight scene was, but let's start off with what happened the first. So as we know, Bruno had a gun to him because of Clement's death, and Bruno escaped that suspicion by just saying, yeah, it wasn't me, it was the guy, right? And he threw suspicion on this bartender who helped him when they were going after Fango, and because of that, it was really interesting to see, because it was just like Bruno was just like making these web of lies and this sort of interconnectivity. He had it planned and orchestrated from the very beginning. And after he suspects the bartender, we do actually get to finally see the Orko family, which is the family that Fango works for, the Orko crime family. And they had an interesting scene with showing the ruthlessness of the Don, which was interesting, which was fine. Then, after that, it goes to them trying to figure this out. So next goes to Fango. He's going around, insulting people, doing what he does best, and doing those types of things. I'm not sure if this is going to be a long recap, because it really didn't really happen. But Fango and his brute that always follows him around basically take this guy hostage that was beaten up before, I believe he in another episode, and takes him up to trade him with the guy that Clement didn't shoot, basically. Wait, no, he did shoot him? It was really confusing. I don't get it. I don't remember who moved the body. I don't think he died, but he is dead now. However, it's really weird how they did it, and I have no idea anymore. It's just really weird how they did his death. It didn't really make that much sense. But basically, they were going to do the trade of prisoners, and they said, let's put the guns down, Fango and Vanetti. And the guy under the mask was supposed to be Vano, I think? Yeah, the guy who was supposed to be dead. And basically, as he's walking toward him, Fango's like, are you sure that's the right guy, whatever? And after that, basically, it is Bruno under the mask, and, hey, it is what it is. And a fight ensues, gunfire, things of that nature. Now, what I'm more so, not that any of that really took place, we saw that after that, Bruno had placed blame on different things. The brunt of this is going to be explaining Bruno's actions, which was the most important thing here, the really most important part about this episode. Other than that, Vanetti was just, is really just being played at this point. We know he's sad about the death of his friend, and at the funeral scene, he was very, very upset. Ultimately crying. Now that was the plot of the story, but what really interested me was Bruno and how he just one after another he was just making these web of lies, orchestrating everything, blaming people, making it seem this way and that way. He immediately made a bartender out to be the suspicion, and he got out of it. Then he decided to trick Fango into thinking that they're going to, give them a hostage. He was the actual hostage. He was going to kill Fango right there. Obviously, they didn't kill him, but even still. And then he said, that's the guy that was supposed to be dead, killed him, but now he's dead. So, yeah. There was also a thing where a bunch of people, I believe it was the Vanetti family, talking to each other, and they were just talking about different things about how they want to kill Vanetti. And then that is also exactly how it ends with one of Vanetti's boys, I guess, I think what was his name, Frette, and he was telling him, yeah, you gotta go because they're thinking about killing you at this point. I didn't exactly know why. It was very confusing, that scene, I'm not gonna lie. Then, but even back to it, and it was interesting how they obviously needed to put Bruno into the family and put him into trusting space, so they killed off Clement for so Bruno could get in that. But it was actually Bruno's idea how they did it with the scene. So he's now trusted. He now has that bond with Nero Venetti, and it's just like, yes, this is a genius move that he's playing. And that was it, the most person who got the most development, other than Fango being still crazy, other than Venetti still being sort of a sucker at this point. It was Bruno, and we're just seeing him be this guy who can orchestrate these little things, these plots of revenge. And as that happens, who knows what's next? Obviously, they'll have to wait before they can kill off Nero Venetti because he's one of the main characters. But who's gonna die next? Predictions at this point, guys, they're obviously going to now get out of the city. I don't know how they're going to play this. Are they going to start their own mob or something? It's really weird. The Orko family's still doing their thing, but it really doesn't make sense there. And then you have the Venetti family who are thinking about, well, at least a section of them thinking about killing Nero. So it's like, who knows what's going to happen next? And I thought this was a show about selling booze. Who knew? Alright guys, tell me what you think, and yeah guys, oh man, this is getting pretty intense. Can't wait to see episode 4. See you then.